If anybody has a 7.3 liter diesel from Ford, great engine, but they're about 30 years old and they all leak like crazy. All the rubber seals. Let's see, you got the, and I'm sure there's more than this, but you got the seals where the dipstick goes into the oil pan. Those fail, every single one of them. You've got the oil cooler seals, they fail, and then the turbo pedestal seals, they fail. These things just puke oil like crazy. Anyway, today we're doing the dipstick into the oil pan one, and the fix is crazy expensive if you do it according to Ford. You gotta pull the engine, sometimes pull the cab, pull the engine, or at very least raise up the turbo to drop the pan. Yeah, we're not doing that. They make some aftermarket. 7.3 diesel makes one. There's another one where you drop the old part into the pan and put this new thing on there that kind of sandwiches it. We're not going to do that. We got some Right Stuff last night and we're going to do it that way. So if it works, it'll be a $20 fix, or $16 if you get it on Amazon. I'll leave a link. All right, here we go. I should also mention that he's leaving for a 550-mile trip to Durango in the morning. So whatever we do, we have to do it today. And this is basically going to simulate like a roadside fix where you don't have a lot of tools and you just keep some stuff in your truck. So if this ever happens, you can fix it right there and continue on your way. All right, so this is the deal. We're going to try to do it without removing the starter, which we'll see, but he tightened it yesterday. On the back side of that, there's an O-ring, and they get super swollen, and they actually bend the metal, that back flange on the back side. Anyway, you got to get it super clean if you're going to do what we're trying to do, and you try to make sure that piece doesn't fall into the oil pan, because then you're kind of screwed. Then you got to buy one of those kits. Alrighty guys, that's about as clean as I think we're going to be able to get it. Okay, trying to loosen this nut, and I've got the vice grips on there to keep it from falling in, but I'm going to have to stop filming for a second. It's too tight in here, so let me get that nut loose. Alright guys, here's the gamble. So I'm going to take this all the way off. It seemed like the dipstick tube was kind of holding it. So yeah, it looks like it is. So now we got to get this really clean to put that Permatex shit. We wanted to get it on the inside, but I don't see enough of a gap really. Well, yeah, I guess it'll what's in there. Okay, get that out of the way and continue cleaning. Alright guys, so the original plan was to try to get the Right Stuff on the inside there and pull the old gasket out and do all that stuff, but I'm pretty sure we're going to lose this piece and it's going to fall in there. Plus, we kind of want to know what the easiest way to do this is. So if we can clean it just like this, we haven't removed the starter, we haven't removed the dipstick tube. If we can just schmutz on some Right Stuff, put the nut back on, and it works forever, then that really would help a lot of people, save a lot of time. So we're going to at least try it like that at first, and then we'll show you the results, and if we have to dig into it deeper, then we will, but that's going to be our first attempt. So I'm just letting that dry, and then I'm going to goop it on there. We keep going bigger and bigger with this. The actual inside hole, this plastic's really thick, so the inside hole isn't very big, so we want a big goop of that crap on there. Okay, that's probably good, huh? Alright guys, I got a bead all the way around it as best I could, and now I'm going to try to tighten that nut on there, and then we might possibly put even more on it. We'll see. Alrighty guys, that's what we're looking at. For right now, you definitely want it on the outside and the inside of the nut. We know that much. And we're just going to let that kind of dry. I think it says 90 minutes. And we'll fire it up and see if it leaks. This Right Stuff is really good, but I don't know if I got it good enough on the top, so I guess we'll find out.
them don't ever get old.
Well, it's been about 5 minutes of running and it's still not leaking, so I think this would be a good side of the road fix. Alright guys, so yeah, it's been at least 90 minutes and it's holding. We've had it running for like 10 minutes and it's not leaking, so that worked. I didn't know what to think. I think with some cheaper RTV it may not have worked, but that Right Stuff is really good, and that's why I kind of pressured him to buy it last night, and it's working. So my advice would be, if you have a 7.3, this will end up happening at some point. So, but if you wanted to go on a road trip with it and you wanted to just be prepared, if you have brake cleaner, a toothbrush, I would get the 1 minute Right Stuff so you don't have to wait 90 minutes on the side of the road. But yeah, some brake cleaner, a toothbrush, some channel locks to get the nut loose and clean it real good. And then yeah, I think you would be golden. At least you would be able to get where you're going without losing all your oil, and then you could fix it properly, clean it better, or do whatever you need to do. But I kind of think this will probably hold for a very, very long time. If it's not leaking right away, then that means we got it clean enough and it's stuck on there. So, alrighty guys, this was a short video, but thank you for watching. We'll catch you very soon. Like I always say, if it's got parts, you can probably fix it. And yeah, so we'll see you soon. Take care.